Itchy, itchy, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, it's another time for another edition of Chazz NFL Pick Six. So if you like what you hear, you like what you see, just click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner. Okay. Hope you like the rain this weekend. So we'll go to my six picks for the week, and I'm 1-0. And just so you know, Giants fans, sorry, I picked the Niners this week, and I got the cover. Not the cover, the under. I said 40 under 44.5. I got that right, so I'm happy about that. I didn't know the Giants lost. I'll do my Giants recap on Tuesday. I'm not doing it now. Yeah, I want to be more concise on it. You know what I'm going to say. I kind of know what I want to say, but I'm not going to do it here. So, like I said, I'll go to the picks now. Let's add it. There we go. Okay, so I am picking Detroit over Atlanta. Detroit's favored by 3.5. I'm picking them to win 27-21. Jacksonville should slaughter Houston at home. Jacksonville's just that much better. They played a Kansas City team a little sloppy last week, and I think they're going to be better, flat out. So Jacksonville wins 31-14. Now, the next one, it's going to be a tight one. It's going to be sloppy, too. Remember, it's just supposed to rain tomorrow, at least according to what the weather people say. So MetLife Stadium is going to be a little sloppy mess. And I think the Jets will slop it out 20-14. And Bill Belichick goes 0-3 for the first time in God knows how long. I mean, that doesn't happen very much in Bill's. It hasn't happened too much in Bill's career. So, that'll be an interesting dichotomy to talk about on Tuesday if it comes out. Kansas City should blow out the worst team in football. It was the Giants. It was who else was bad? Anybody else? Not Tampa. Tampa's 2-0. But Chicago has had a bad week. Their quarterback has put his foot in his mouth, and he doesn't know how to get the foot out because apparently he's trying to blame himself, and we know he can't blame himself when he already blames his coaches. And then to top it all off, I'm not sure if anybody heard the fact that $100,000 of lawn equipment was stolen out of the Chicago Bears lawn facility. $100,000. How does it? Somebody said, I think it was Michael K. show, that they thought it was an inside job. I kind of agree. How else would you steal $100,000 and think you can get away with it? It's got to be an inside job. But Kansas City, I think, wins 27-10, and it could be bigger than that, honestly. All right, so the Monday night games. Philadelphia should go 3-0. They've had tight games all year, but both games they've played. This is probably going to be another one. Baker apparently is legit in Tampa Bay, but I think just comes up short, 31-28. Which means that if you take Tampa with the 6 points that it's at, you'll win that. And then the last game, one of the hard games, because you don't know if Joe Burrow is actually hurt. Is he just not doing well? I'm going to go against Burrow this time because I don't feel like he's healthy. And the Rams, they're not great, but I think they can at least win this game on Monday night, especially after they traded their running back that was a little disgruntled. So I think Rams win 24-20, and we'll go to what I did last week. I put this up on Facebook, on my page, and my home page, and my Chazz Says Anything page. So I went 3 for 3 again this past week too, which puts me at 6-6. These are my sons, and that's their record. Hunter is a sports kid. Doesn't pay attention too much to sports, but he knows what he does know a little bit. He went 3-3. Aiden, who knows nothing about sports, doesn't pay attention. He'll admit that He's probably, if he watches this, he'll shake his head. Yes, he doesn't pay attention to sports, but he picked 4 games right last week. I don't know if that's luck. I don't know if that's coincidence. I don't know if that's, maybe he's smarter than we think when it comes to football picks. I mean, if he were to continue to do this, we'll say we might have a little genius on our hands. All right, so that's my picks for the week. Now let's go. I'm going to do another little segment here. We got the who's calling each game for this weekend. Now, real quick, Beth Mullins is doing the play-by-play, which I don't think I was ever done. There's been a female play-by-play. I could be wrong. So that's the Indianapolis Colts at Baltimore Ravens. Beth Mullins, James Lofton, Jay Feely. Tennessee Titans and Cleveland got Spiro Adidas and Adam Marcelletta. Atlanta Falcons are on Fox. They got Adam Amin and Mark Schlereth. Saints and Packers on Fox is Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma. We got Houston Texans at Jacksonville. The not so good game of the week. Chris Myers and Robert Smith on Fox. Also 1 p.m. Denver Broncos at Miami is Kevin Harlan, my favorite, as I've said before. Kevin Harlan and Trent Green. Los Angeles Chargers, I think, is the last game at 1 o'clock. Nope, 2 more games. Los Angeles Chargers and Minnesota, it's Kevin Kugler and Mark Sanchez. The wet game, really, the 1 o'clock game. Okay, this is interesting. New England Patriots and New York Jets are going to be announced by Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. How'd they get that one? That's interesting. So they're the 1 o'clock game. I might have to watch the Jets now. See, this is what I do. Is I want to see who I want to watch. Buffalo at Washington, 1 o'clock. Andrew Catalan, Tiki Barber, and Matt Ryan. Okay, yeah, I don't want to hear Tiki Barber. I like him as a player. Don't like him as an analyst. Now we got the 4 o'clock games. Carolina at Seattle. Ian Eagle and Charles Davis. That's a good team right there. Dallas Cowboys at Arizona. Joe Davis, Daryl Johnson. Surprised Moose is calling it a Cowboy game. No surprise there. Chicago Bears at Kansas City. This is a joke game, but Kevin Burkhardt got that. Burkhardt and Greg Olson calling that game on Fox. Sunday Night Football. We obviously know, as always, Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth. They're doing the Steelers and the Raiders. Philadelphia Eagles Monday night are on ABC. Sorry, Beth. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are calling that game. And Monday night on ESPN is Chris Fowler, Dan Orlovsky, and Louis Riddick for the Rams and the Bengals. So that's your who's calling the game for this weekend. Now, since I want to, talk about a little bit of college, because college has gotten bigger this year. There's a couple games I want to reference and talk about real quick. So, Rutgers is at Michigan in a half an hour. Rutgers is 3-0, but they're going to go 3-1. But I'd love to see, this would probably be the story of the day over Colorado and over Notre Dame. If Rutgers were to be able to beat Michigan in Michigan, that would be the biggest story, at least for today. I don't see it happening. It is what it is. So, well, Michigan's probably going to win this game. Next, we got Florida State at Clemson. Florida State is that much better, and they're probably gonna take Clemson by 10 at least. The game that Kelsey's will be watching, because they both went to Cincinnati. They both talked about it on their podcast this week. Oklahoma at Cincinnati. The Bearcats aren't doing anything. Oh, hold on. What? What? That was weird. All right. Anyway. Uh, is it? Oh, that's why. that popped on. Okay. Figures. I hadn't popped on all day. Anyway. So Oklahoma, yeah, they're winning easily by 10, maybe 20. Next game, Colorado at Oregon. The biggest game of the day. Bo Nix against Colorado and Prime and the other Sanders boys. I see Oregon winning this game. It's going to be a 3 to 7 point game. We'll see how that happens. If Colorado does lose, I'm curious to see how Prime takes the loss. So that's 3:30 ABC. We got Duke at UConn. 3:30 on CBS Sports Network. Duke has been getting better. Yeah, I mean, go figure. The team that produced Daniel Jones has gotten better, and we'll see what happens there. One other game that it's on ESPN Plus, and it's not one other game. This is the second to last game. ESPN Plus, Monmouth at Lafayette. I'll be following this. I'm curious how Monmouth plays. You know, they're the local team in our New Jersey area, and besides Rutgers, and they can be good, they can be bad, depending on how they play, obviously. And then the last game, this game I'm really focused on because I'm a big Notre Dame fan. Ohio State at Notre Dame, 7:30 tonight on NBC. That's going to be huge. And I think there's one more game I did forget, but let's see. USC. Duh. So yeah, USC is playing Arizona State tonight. That's Caleb Williams. Probably going to go nuts tonight again against Arizona State. But yeah, Ohio State, Notre Dame. I'm not that I'm praying. I don't pray for wins, but I really, really hope that Notre Dame takes it tonight. Okay, and then I'll get off of that. We'll go to a real quick short conference. Hello. Okay. There we go. Short conference football schedule scoreboard. And this kind of shocked me. Number 16, Wall, who's been really good for that past couple weeks, or years, not even weeks, but years, lost, and not just lost, got shut out by Donovan Catholic, 35-0. That's crazy. Red Bank Catholic beats RFH. Good for RBC. 34-6. Destroyed them. Wow. Let's see. Senior running back Luke Wassoff ran for 103 yards on 12 carries. And Rumson's standout quarterback, 0-2, under 100 yards passing. Wow. Junior quarterback for the Caseys, Frankie Williams, tossed a pair of touchdowns to senior wide receiver Emmanuel Ross. And senior linebacker David Bruton returned an interception 20 yards for a touchdown. Pick six, look at that. RBC's kicking you-know-what. Good for them. Number 3, Thomas River North beating number 5, Middletown. So, wow, a lot of the single-digit squads are beating up on each other. This is interesting for the short conference. Number 6, Point Borough beat number 14, Long Branch. That's got to be harsh for the Green Wave. The Green Wave, they like their football. They're usually pretty big in football, and they lost to Point Borough. Yeah, go figure. Point Borough was never good when I was playing in high school. Wow, that's interesting. Number 9, Colts Neck, 42-7 over Red Bank. Wow, that's a solid win. Other scores: Raritan beat Manalapan 2016. Homedale in the Constitution Division, the American Division, the Constitution Division. Interesting. Homedale beat Manasquan 23-zip. St. John Vianney in football won 34-0 over Ocean. Wow. I guess there are 53 boys that can play football at St. John Vianney. Go figure. Okay. Shore Regional beats Asbury Park High School 26-18. Ouch. That hurts for the Blue Bishops out down there in Asbury Park. Freedom Division, Jackson Memorial beats Howell. That's a pretty close rivalry there. Marlboro beats Lacey 21-7. Ooh, Middletown North lost? Wow, 28-3 to Southern. That's gotta hurt. Independence Division. Brick Memorial beats Real Township 40-26. That must have been a really good game. Madawan beats number 12 Brick. Wow. Madawan Regional. Not normally a football powerhouse. Beat a football powerhouse in Brick. Good for them. Pinelands beat Toms River East 12-6. Toms River South beat Neptune 26-6. Neptune, really? 6 points? Ouch. And then Monmouth, who lost last week, I found out because my brother and his son, my nephew went to the game. They lost 6-0 in the rain. Well, they played yesterday and they won. There's no obviously highlights at a 7-0 game, but they won 7-0. All right, I'm done with the high school. Well, the short conference anyway. I do want to talk about my high school. So this week, right now, actually, it's going on. At Christian Brothers Academy, their boys JV soccer is playing at Pinelands, and so is their varsity. So let's go Colts. And freshman cross country got canceled because it's in the rain. It's raining out. They're not doing it, but they're at Thompson Park in another town. It's not Lincroft. It's somewhere else. But the boys varsity cross country is at the Bowdoin Classic. Bowdoin. I can't say it right. Bowdoin Classic. And so hopefully, and I won't say hopefully, I know our cross country team's good. They've always been good. They've been good before I got there. They've definitely been good and better after I left. So they should be fine. This is interesting because back in 1994, this was not a thing. Boys varsity sailing at back to school regatta. And then also, 9 a.m. tomorrow, boys varsity rugby versus fall sevens. I wish we had rugby back when I would have played. My skinny, would have played. Would have loved to. The rest of the week, we got JV soccer and varsity soccer against Jackson Liberty. Go Colts again. Varsity sailing, it's a fall series on Wednesday. More soccer on Thursday against Freehold Township. Okay, all three, JV, freshman, and varsity are playing. And then this upcoming Saturday, we got the Shore Coaches Invitational for the cross country. So this should be, Asbury Park Press will be covering this big time, I'm sure. This is going to be a big thing for CBA. We need to dominate on this one. Varsity sailing also, and we also have a soccer game again. Okay, 11 o'clock, 12:15, all playing Toms River North. So we're going TR North next Saturday. All right, that's my CBA. Oh, I didn't even have it up. Christian Brothers schedule. I might do this time to time. Christian Brothers, promote the schedule since I am an alum. And we'll go from there. Last but not least, I do need to promote. Where is it? Here it is. So I want to do a shout out to my bowling team. Our team name is Precision Paving. We're being sponsored by Precision Paving. We won 9 points for the second straight week in the Joe Pedinato Classic at Bolero Hazlitt on Thursday night. As you can see, we got some pretty good scores, and we're getting better and better every week. And this was a solid outing for all four of us. Dan Colinari, 268, 205, 217, 690 series. Mike Wojak, he's the handicap on our team. He knows it. He said it, but he's good with it, and we love that he's on our team. 180, 201, 144. He got his first 200 of the year. That's awesome, and I know he's going to do better every week. Ricardo Santiago, my teammate for the last 6 years. 193, 237, 201 with a 631. He's above average. Can't complain. Me, I actually had a good night. Between all the texting and back and forth with football pools and watching the Giants lose on my tablet. Although actually in the first half when we were watching it looked like the Giants had a shot. I bowled a 226, 200, 235 for a 661. Probably one of the better starts I've had in my amateur career. And, you know, we had a 25.07 scratch, which honestly, not just a great score, it might be one of the best scores I've had on a four-man team to start a season. 25.07 for my team, and I'm just ecstatic, and I just can't wait, honestly, till Thursday again. You know, so that's my show for today, guys. Let me unshare this, remove. That's my show. Like I said, I will have a show on Tuesday. Tuesday, 8 o'clock. My computer is back. I apologize for not being on this past Tuesday. My hard drive went down. I had to get a new one. Thankfully, I do want to shout out who fixed my drive and gave me a new one. Chuck from Best's work at AEL fixed my whole drive. Gave me a whole new TB, 1 TB, a terabyte for my hard drive. I'm ecstatic. Chuck, thank you. You're the best. And like I said, and I've said before, if you like what you see in here, click the subscribe button. I'll see you all on Tuesday. Have a good day. Go Colts and go Jets. Have a good day.